Hi, I'm Philip Moore, Executive Director at the Des Plaines History Center. Today, let's take a close look at this 1947 aerial view. Aerial view photography became popular in the 1920s following advancements in flight and photographic technology driven by World War I. It quickly became a novelty to own an aerial shot of your farm, house, or business. The Des Plaines History Center has dozens of aerial photos in our collection. This particular shot was commissioned by the DoALL Contour Saw Company here in Des Plaines. Their brick factory building is in the middle of the photo and remains in our landscape today. The Contour Saws Corporation is in the process of ending operations at this location as we record in early 2021. The History Center has this extra large blow-up of the image, which is always on display in our gallery or accessible just around the corner in our archives. It was donated to the museum in 1971 by John Balma, who had gotten it from DoALL. In 1998, the Socrates Rand Questers chapter gave the History Center a grant to have professional conservation and restoration work performed so that this piece can be preserved and used. It is one of the most sought-out items in our collection. Viewers are immediately faced with the challenge of orienting themselves. The photo faces roughly toward the southwest, so north is toward the right and bottom right. Remember that it is an elevated view, so streets that intersect at right angles do not appear as such on this piece. Here we see the streets overlaid and labeled. You can see Thacker, Graceland, and Laurel in old downtown Des Plaines oriented to the diagonal of the railroad. Further west, Dempster Thacker turns toward true west along with parallel streets, Oakwood and Algonquin. Also shown are 3rd Avenue and Wolf Road, which run true north and south. This oversized object may have been produced for contour saws, but it benefits us mainly by showing everything else that surrounded their factory in mid-20th century Des Plaines. Historic downtown, toward the bottom and right side of the photo, was fully developed, but not yet full of condo and apartment complexes and other redevelopments that began in the 1970s. The Westfield subdivision and the Westfield and Villas occupy a large portion of the image. Westfield opened for purchase and development in the 1910s, but settlement was slow due to racial and economic restrictions placed on buyers. The Villas subdivision was opened in 1927, a short time before the collapse of the American economy and the subsequent Great Depression, when people could not secure financing to build, and then World War II, when building supplies were rationed by the government. Both of these subdivisions had to wait until the 1950s and 1960s to be filled in with ranch-style houses. Abundant farmland can be seen in the background, extending west and southwest toward Elk Grove Village. Many farms existed into the 1980s and 1990s, with the last farm in Des Plaines closing in the 2000s. Stop in to view this fantastic photograph and to study details too numerous to include in this video.